introduce myself again. My name is Mathews. I collaborate with the Business and Human Rights Resource Centre. We are an organisation, an international organisation that collects information on abuses and impacts, human rights impacts of business across the world. My team and kind of our speciality is looking into the impact of business on human rights defenders. So that's indigenous people, land and environmental defenders in different parts of the world impacted by business, by private sector. So through that work, the role that I am currently in is coordinating the database on attacks against human rights defenders. We've been collecting data since 2015. And similarly to Global Witness, our methodologies have changed. We have a lot of things that have worked well, but also a lot of challenges that I'm really excited to share with you and to chat about, and to hopefully bring to your discussions about data collection. I think data collection can sometimes seem quite kind of dry but really it's something that's dynamic, and it's all about, as Rachel said, like building narrative and being able to tell a story about what is actually happening on the ground. And when we are faced with states who aren't collecting data at all, really, like a huge gap in terms of data collection on a governmental level, it's hugely important that we as civil society fill in that gap. And push for systemic change. So yeah, I'm really hoping that this event can be as informal as possible, and we can share in a safe space. We can talk about what has gone well for us and what has perhaps been slightly more challenging. I think as well as Global Witness, we have a serious gap in terms of reporting in Africa in general, but West Africa specifically. And so I'm going to be really interested to hear about all of the context you're working in, specifically to my role, the companies that are involved in attacks against human rights defenders, the companies, the sectors, the investors, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of our strategies that we've used and that we continue to use to try and put pressure on those actors and to try and make sure that human rights defenders are protected despite the risk that they're facing in the work that they're doing. I also hope that we can, as international organisations, communicate appropriately what's happening on the ground and communicate in the spaces where we're in, right? And as strategically as possible. I think the idea is that, us, Global Witness, International Land Coalition, and also Natural Justice will be joining us later on, can share some of our kind of plans for this year, like some strategic places that we think would be useful to bring West African data so that we can push for certain advocacy targets. So it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on that. And again, just thank you so much, Peter. It's great to meet you finally and not just be talking over WhatsApp or email, also Alfred. Thank you so much to everyone who I know it's a lot of effort to come to these spaces, but I think it's always useful to put faces to names and actually be in a group of people discussing rather than over Zoom. So I'm really looking forward.